Hello everyone, I'm Kim and welcome to my sewing room. I hope you're all doing really well and have managed to get some sewing done this week, though it has been hard because the weather has been so nice. But I have spent a little bit of time, not as much as I normally do, but I have spent a little bit of time sewing this week, and I've concentrated on the Pattern Emporium's Be Mine balloon sleeve top. So I've managed to do two of them. So I've done one in a print and I've done one in a plain white embroidery Anglaise fabric, and they've both turned out really well. So before I stand up and show you this pattern, I thought I would just go through some of the things in her in the booklet and what she offers with her pattern. So the balloon sleeves don't change. You don't get any other options with the balloon sleeves. I mean, if you wanted to, you could make them shorter or longer, but I have left them just as, and they've worked out really well for my arm length. But she offers three different neck heights. So she offers a top, midi and low. She also offers three different hem features. So you can either have plain, wide hem or elasticated. So I've done a plain and a wide hem. The pattern can also be have a front effect where you cut the fabric in two, stitch down the middle and then you top stitch, and it also has a back open fastening. So I haven't done the two pieces and stitched. I've cut my front section on the fold for both of them, but I have put a opening at the back because I do like the effect of it. So I've stitched it in place because I can get this over my head without having to actually undo the loop, without the fear of it coming undone, you know, because I always have this problem with little loops at the back where they just seem to come undone. I don't know whether it's the way I move my body, but I just seem to be walking around, and my husband's always saying your back's flapping around. So I can, if it's possible, I usually stitch them down now, or I use a snap popper, but these have worked really well and I will show you them. So they're all the different options. The sizing, I love their sizing because I have a fuller bust. I always generally, when I'm doing a blouse, have to do a full bust adjustment. But Kate, the owner of Pattern Emporium, she's really good because she's included full bust adjustments in the sizing. So first of all, she goes with your upper bust measurement. So my upper bust measurement for me was a 16. And with that, I knew that that would fit my shoulders and to this point here, the upper bust. I then looked at the other options for the bust sizing, and she incorporates two full bust adjustments. So I did the smaller of the two because I have a deficit of a 4-inch from my 39 upper bust to my 43 full bust, and that worked really well for me. The nice thing about this is because it's a floaty top, you can generally get away with quite a lot more than you would if it was fitted. So I made this in Rayon Challis, which I got from Minerva back in 2021, and it's a Dashwood studio print, and it's just called Dashwood Rayon Challis green, but it's got a sort of jungle effect print on it, and it's really nice, and I love green. I do get sort of drawn to green, and it's got a bit of orange in it as well, and I love that colour as well. So for me, this print is lovely. So I made my first one, and I did make a change when moving on to my second one, but I'll show you this one first so that you can see what it is. And it's going to probably lob my head off, so I will keep talking, but I will just show you all the detail, so excuse. excuse the head lobbing. Right. Oh, it's not too bad. You can still see me. Might be a good thing or not. Right, so here, this is midi height neckline, and here so you have the option, I don't know whether you can see, you have the option to stitch it down. So it's stitched down by 1 inch, so it has a sort of the usual loose interfacing inside, but that is actually stitched down, so that will never flip out. The front is just plain. I don't have any sort of middle section, so that's plain, and I wanted it plain because I just wanted to show off this lovely fabric, and I didn't think that if I made it into 2 parts you would actually be able to see that effect, so it just seemed a bit pointless to me. And then you have these beautiful balloon sleeves. They are so nice. The bias binding around the bottom of the sleeve, but it's all gathered in and it's just loose and it just feels nice. There's no restriction at all. You can move your arms around without any problem. And the bottom is just a plain hem, so I've just done a plain hem and stitched that down. And then I have teamed it up, as you'd expect, with my usual black Seaforth pants. It does have a bust dart, and the bust dart on this one is it's very high up. It's actually here, and the apex of my bust is here. So you can see there's quite a difference, and I did make a change on the second one to move that dart down so it looked better, but on this one you don't really notice it. It has a back opening which you won't be able to see, but I will show you that in a moment when I swap the tops over. So I really am pleased with this top, and it's been an absolute pleasure to wear, and because it's Challis, it's really soft and drapey, and it's been excellent for this weather. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swap and put the other one on so you can see that, and I'll just go through what I did with that one. And the dart, I think the dart was the only change that I made to the pattern, so you'll see that where it's been repositioned. So before I go through this one, I'll show you the back opening on the green one. So you can see I've put a button on, I've got my loop, but this has all been stitched down, so it's not going to come undone. But sometimes I like the effect of the opening, but it's really nice to know that that's not going to come undone, and I can just slip this top over my head without any problems at all. And I put a little label in. I made this, thanks. Or thanks, I made this. Oh no, thanks, I made it. Oh God. Right, yeah, so that's that top. So what did I do different for this one? So I picked some different design features. So I still did the midi neck, and I still did the opening at the back. I don't have the front top stitched, and obviously the balloon sleeves are still the same. The only change I made was I moved my bust dart down by, let me have a look, by 1.5 inches. So that's quite a lot. So I moved the bust dart down by 1.5 inches because in the green one it was very high up. It was literally like maybe 1/2 inch from the sleeve section, so it was very high, too high for me. So I moved that down by 1.5 inches, and on this one I put a wide hem on it. So I'm really pleased with how this has turned out, and I was worried that it might be too see-through and that I would have to wear camisole with it, but I don't, so I'm really pleased with that as well. So I'll stand up and show you what it looks like. So this is the Embroidery Anglaise fabric. It's so pretty, and as I mentioned last week, oh God, I've had this fabric in my stash for probably over 20 years, but when I pulled this pattern out to make it, I just knew that this fabric would work so well with it. It was just a match made in heaven. So I was really pleased to finally get to make up this fabric, and it's 100% cotton and it's really lovely and cool. So I have a midi neckline, same as the other one. The bust dart you can see here is lower down. I mean, it could still probably, I mean, my apex is there, it could still probably be moved down by another half an inch, but it works. It still works really well. I'm not too bothered about where that bust dart is at the moment. I feel quite comfortable with that. Then you've got the balloon sleeves, and the nice thing about the embroidery anglaise, because it's a little bit heavier in weight, you get a more obvious effect with that balloon sleeve, so you can see it a little bit more, especially there. See, it's really nice. And then I have a button opening on this one as well, and then I have this wider hem, so I just pull this up so you can see the wider hem here. It's just a section stitched on, and then you top stitch around it. I think it's about 3 inch or 3.5 inches up, and it works really well with a fabric like this because you can actually see it, and it's top stitched, and I just think, you know, it looks really pretty. You can see all these lovely pieces of embroidery. So yeah, this has been an absolute pleasure to wear in this heat, and I've really enjoyed wearing this, and I've loved making this pattern up, and I can see myself making more of these. So these 2 tops have been a success, and I'm really pleased. And I've got my project sheets, as you know I do, with all of the details, so when I come to make this in the future I will refer back to these and make any changes. So on this one, the white one, I have that I'm very happy with the top, and I might need to move the dart down by 1/2 inch, but I think when I come to that I will usually put this on, just assess how I feel about the fit at the size I am when I try it on next time, when I'm thinking about making it for a 3rd go. But that's in the future, because I know it sounds horrible, but I'm starting to think about autumn sewing, but I don't want to go there just yet. So those are the 2 Be Mine balloon sleeve tops. Really pleased. So just put this away until next year. So what else have I been up to? Well, I have been thinking about recovering my sewing chair, and I discussed it in last week's video, and I was just going to do a plain backing with a pair of red lips, and it was what I had done before. But when I was searching through my scrap box for a base fabric, I actually came across this fabric here, and because we've just had the Olympics and we've all been in Paris, and I just thought it was just so relevant, and it was big enough to make the base for the cover. So what I've done is I've already put my red lips on, and this is temporary. So when I put the red lips on, I've interfaced that red fabric with Shape Flex 101, so it's really nice and stiff, and it will give some durability to that, because obviously this is going to take a lot of wear and tear where you're sitting on the chair, you know, on and off over time. So I've interfaced it, and then I've used Heat and Bond Lite. So Heat and Bond Lite it's a sticky material which you effectively iron onto one side of your template, and then you peel off the backing, you position your template where you want, and then you iron it into place. So at the moment this is ironed into place, but it is temporary. I mean, if you look here, you can see a little bit is starting to peel peel away, so it's just there. I mean, if I ironed it again it would stick back down, no problem at all, but it's just really to give you time to put this under the machine and just stitch that on. And usually when I go around these lips I'll just do a blanket stitch in red thread, so you will hopefully see that progressing. I still need to go to the hardware shop and get some sandpaper and sand down the rest of the chair, and that's not usually my department. I usually get my husband to do that, but he's retired and he has definitely retired. So it might be quicker if I do it. So I will go to the hardware shop and get some sandpaper and sand down that chair, because I just want to give it a really fresh look, give it a stain or a light dusting of varnish before I put the new cover on. So you will see that appear soon, but I just thought that was so nice. That just looks so nice on that backing. So watch this space. So I haven't got any purchases this week. I've been reasonably good, though I have been purchasing, and there will be some things appearing over the next couple of weeks, because I'm starting to plan for my winter wardrobe. And I know I say it all the time, I need to get some more trousers into my wardrobe, so I have bought some fabric for some more seaforth pants, and I do like to make the seaforth pants because I've got the fit really really well, and I do like the way they look on me. I like the way they feel on me. So I know I will make a few of those up, but I know I also need to start dabbling in some other patterns and try and fit some more trouser patterns to me, so I have a little bit more variety. So I think that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the content, and if you aren't a subscriber and you have enjoyed watching my video, it'd be lovely if you could become one of my subscribers. And if you are one of my subscribers, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing to support my small channel. So have a lovely week everyone, and I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.